welcome back to my channel. My name is Maggie. I hope you are doing well. Today is my March budget. Already looking for March, which is wild. So I like to share a monthly budget here on YouTube just to share my personal finance kind of journey. If you are new here, a little bit about me and my current financial situation. I'm 28. I am debt-free except for my mortgage. I've paid off my car and my credit card debt that I used to have, and I use a zero-based budget. It helped me get out of debt, and now I just am in the habit, and that's how my brain thinks. So I like to share my budget and my financial journey here, and would love to hear about your journey down below in the comment section, or let me know if you have a channel that I can go check out and support you. So let's go ahead and dive in. For my budget videos, I like to share my calendar first. So I use a Golden Coil planner for like my to-dos and personal life. But one of my favorite things is that you can customize this and add on 2 monthly calendars. So that's what I do. I have one calendar specifically for my finances, and then I have a second monthly calendar each month that has, my personal stuff on it, appointments and all that fun stuff. So this is my March overview and calendar, and it's nice because I can check off when certain bills come out and all of those things. So for me, March is a pretty normal month as far as bills go. So all of my bills are in purple. I have one additional bill, which is my water bill. I get this quarterly, so I will have it in March. But otherwise, everything else bills-wise is pretty standard. I give myself some spending money and grocery money that I kind of base on a weekly kind of basis, I guess. So on Fridays, I give myself spending money just because I'm more likely to spend over the weekend than on weekdays. And then on Mondays, I grocery shop. So I have those highlighted here in yellow, just as reminders that that's when that money is spent. And then I can log, how much I spend and all that good stuff. In orange is my investments. So I will be investing to my Roth IRA as well as a taxable betterment account. I don't know those exact balances yet, so I will write them in when I do know. And besides that, the only other kind of exciting thing is on March 1st, I will be receiving a bonus. It's a referral bonus. So we had an open position at my company that I felt one of my friends, my previous coworker at another company, would be a great fit for. So I referred her. She went through the interview process, landed the job, and she's also been there for a certain amount of days they have. And as long as it all checks out, I get a bonus. So I do have confirmation that I'll be getting that on the 1st. What I don't know is how much it'll be like after taxes. So that is up in the air. And because of that, I'm not going to budget off of any assumptions. I will just wait until I get it and then allocate the money once I know how much is in my account on the 1st. So that's the only kind of special thing I wanted to note. Otherwise, a pretty kind of boring month compared to what February was like for me, where I had a lot of sinking funds and travel. March is settling down, which I'm okay with. So let's go ahead and dive into the actual numbers here, and we'll talk through my budget. Okay, so this is my budgeting sheet here. I do this on a spreadsheet first, so that's how I will know all the totals and stuff without adding it, because I have my laptop off to the side here as a cheat sheet. But I really like having kind of a final written version, just so I don't tweak in the spreadsheet all of the time, and it's a little bit easier for me to share with you all in this format. So as a zero-based budgeter, I always start with the income. And again, I'm just working off of my salary. I'm not including any bonuses or any other potential money I could earn throughout the month. So I'm budgeting off of $44,55.17 as my income. And this is what I'm going to allocate across all the different categories of my budget. One thing I've learned through my budgeting journey is kind of prioritizing where the money goes. So I have my bills that I make sure I have money first, and like these variable expenses, and then I go into my sinking funds, and then I go, further down. But I do like to try to have my list somewhat in a priority as I'm working kind of every penny down this sheet. So let's go ahead and begin with the expense section here in this purple header. And I just need to tilt this a little bit for me to write. So the first is mortgage. I do own a townhouse. So this is $1,011.86. and that is pretty standard. I think once a year it adjusts slightly, but never too bad, just based on property taxes. Next is HOA. So I do live in a homeowners association. So this is $283.41 a month. I actually get a lot of benefit, I feel, out of my association dues. So because my townhouse is one of, probably 70 in the neighborhood, and we're all in this association together, we're able to get group rates. So for example, we have a group rate for cable and internet, and it's a lot cheaper than if I were to get it on my own. Also, our lawn care and snow removal is included in this, which I live in Minnesota where we have a lot of snow. So that is really beneficial. Also, our trash and recycling is included. So it all kind of works out, and I don't have the trash bill, and I don't have to pay for internet and all those because it's all bundled up. So I just want to mention that if you ever are looking at, buying into a townhouse or a home that has an association, just be really clear on what's included so that you don't sign up for internet in addition, or you don't, double pay for something that's already included. Okay, anyway, moving on. Insurance, $175.80. This includes my car insurance, my homeowner's insurance, and my umbrella policy. So all of that kind of bundled up together there. Utilities this month, $133.11. So if you are new, so if you have been around, you know how I do this, but if you happen to be new today, I have a certain amount of money in my checking account that is set aside for utilities. And then I let those bills auto draft out of that account. So then for next month, I look at how much will come out of, for February's bills, and I replenish it. So $133.11 came out in February, and that's what I need to put into March. So I'm back up to the kind of level that I like to keep that at. For me, it's $300. For you, it may be different. So anyway, $133.11, a little bit higher just because of the winter, but that's all right. Phone, this fluctuates a little bit just on the cents. So it's $85.89 supposedly. That's what it says in my app. We will see. Subscriptions, $43.52. So we have Amazon Prime, Netflix, and Spotify. Those are our ones that we pay for, and that works out really well. It gives us plenty of variety. So happy with that. And then for groceries, I give myself $500 for the month. I've been doing really well with groceries, I feel like. We've been trying to focus in on using what we have and making meals around, okay, I have a bag of potatoes and I just had some carrots, so I pulled out some meat from the freezer to make a beef stew. And I'm trying really hard not to let things go spoiled or to waste too early, especially with fresh produce and all that. But we are starting to get low on some of our kind of basics things. So I do think I'll need to slowly stock up here. So, just the grocery game. You guys all know you either stock up and then you're good for a couple months, or you're overspending every month. So it'll all work out. But I feel like we've been doing okay on groceries. Okay, gas. $60 a month. I'm fortunate enough to not really have a commute every day. So I work from home. And then when I do need to run out for errands, we live rurally, but we live in town. So it's just a couple of miles round trip to hit the post office and the gas station and groceries and all of that. So usually 60 is plenty. So that's what I'm going to just keep budgeting. And then spending money. This is my personal spending money is $500. So this is for like if I want to eat out, if I want to go to the movies, if I want to buy some clothes for myself. Kind of that discretionary spending all comes from this category here. I used to have other categories for each of those, and honestly, I just borrowed from them, and I decided just to have one line item. So that's what I do. This total for the expense section is $27.93.59. So that gives me a remainder. If I subtract that from the income I'm working with, I have $16.61.58 remaining. So that's what I'm working on, bringing down further. So for funds, these are like my different sinking funds and savings that I'm working at right now. These kind of fluctuate for me year over year, but the first one here is annual. So this is actually for like annual bills. I put $130 in each month and it builds on itself. It also earns interest. All of these are in high yield savings accounts. So I'm earning like 3.2 or something really great right now, which is awesome. So I use this for like my car registration, or I just filed my taxes and I had to pay in a little bit that came out of there. My fishing license, I don't know, just like anything that I pay once a year. I've really found a lot of success having an annual sinking fund, and I've never had to worry about, when those things come up. Miko is my cat, and he gets $40 a month to pay for his food, his litter, and then this builds on itself. So it'll also pay for his annual vet visit to get his shots and, all that good stuff. Okay, next is incidental. I wrote in my normal amount, which is normally 50, but I forgot this month. I'm putting in 124. I wanted to beef up. I have a little bit of a checking account buffer, and I just wanted to make it like a nice round number. So I just wanted to add a little bit higher into incidental, knowing that some of it's just going to go to my cushion. So that's 124 this month, which is higher than normal. But moving on, vacation, I'm budgeting for $300 this month. When I mentioned that referral bonus earlier, I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. So just a side note, I have my note here. So I'm going to give $100 to my friend that I, referred. I'm just going to Venmo her to have some spending money and have some fun, because I wouldn't have got this without her, and she's been a great addition to the team. So I felt like that was the right thing to do. I'm also, with the referral bonus, going to give myself an additional $100 for spending for just a treat or whatever I want. But then the rest, I don't know how I'm going to allocate yet. I think it depends on how much I have left over after this 200. But we are planning a pretty big vacation in December. So I don't know if I want to kind of bulk up my vacation sinking fund. I also am starting a future savings. So I want to save $3,000 this year. So I don't know if I should put it, towards that goal, or maybe I'll split it. I don't know yet, but there is a good chance that I will actually put more than 300. I just don't know what that is yet. Maybe it'll be like an extra 100. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Next is beauty. Beauty is getting $50 this month. I feel like I'm doing okay with, all the things, the products that I regularly use. So I feel like beauty, though, kind of ebbs and flows. It's like I run out of everything at the same time. So I'm trying to just kind of lay low and let this build up, because I know that I'll have some skincare things that I'll have to probably be replaced at the same time. So just trying to take it easy on the beauty right now. Car is getting $20 a month. So this is for like car maintenance. If I need, an oil change or a car wash, I can use this fund. What I've been doing this year that I feel has been working really well is if I have any extra gas money, let's say I only spent $30 on gas, so I had $30 remaining. At the end of the month, I transfer that into my car sinking fund, because they're related. And that way I can usually put a little bit more towards car. It just depends on how much gas I need that month. So that's a way that I've been able to kind of sneakily increase this just at the end of the month with anything I have left over. Okay, next is gifts. I'm doing $50 this month. I really don't have any gifts to buy anybody until about June. So the first half of the year, sometimes I take this a little bit easier and bulk up other categories. And then I do foresee this, increasing though. I was totally wiped out after Christmas. So starting over this year, but thankfully I don't have anything immediately that I need to purchase. Next is opportunity, or like giving. This is going to get $30. So this I use to help support any local like fundraisers that, the kids for school are putting on, or if I want to make a like charitable donation, I can use this money. It's been really nice to have a little bit set aside so I can say yes to opportunities and show my support, in a variety of ways. So I'm adding $30 this month. I also foresee this going up a little bit later in the year. Health is going to get $60. So I just had surgery as I'm filming this, about 2.5 weeks ago. In February, I'm doing really well. I do have an HSA through my insurance because I have a high deductible health plan. So my surgery is already paid for and like I've got all that covered. This is more for like over the counter, like buying vitamins or like ibuprofen or cough drops or Band-Aids or kind of any of that like at home kind of regular stuff. That's what this is more for. So I won't be like draining this. This is still kind of building. And that way, you know, I like to buy our vitamins kind of in bulk. So when it's time for me to buy more vitamins or whatever else, I have money set aside for it. Okay, home is going to get $50 this month. This is for, you know, kind of like home decoration, cleaning supplies, whatever, you know, whatever home related items. This one I can easily overspend in, so I'm trying really hard to get better at spending here. And, you know, not everything I want is something I need. Okay, emergency fund. I have a fully funded emergency fund, but I like to put $20 in every single month just to slowly add to it and help it grow a little bit further. I've got 3 months of expenses plus $1,000 in my account. That's how I kind of made my number that I was shooting for. But certainly, as we've seen with inflation, the cost of living and your expenses per month can change. So I just like adding $20 in so that I have a little bit of cushion if any of my bills go up. It all kind of washes out. And then this is a new category, my future savings. So right now, I just have the goal to save $3,000 in this calendar year towards the future. I don't know what this is for yet. It could be for, my boyfriend and I plan to build a house. So it could be, you know, used towards that. I don't think we'll do that next year, but, you know, just starting to build up. We also have talked about getting married. So if we ever do that, you know, maybe this is used for a wedding. This also could be, you know, years down the line if I need a new car. I don't know what this is going to be yet, but I want to start just kind of saving a couple $1,000s every year so that when those types of things come up, it's not like I'm starting from scratch. So I'm just calling it future savings right now. And this is where I'm going to be dumping any extra money. So right now I have budgeted $195.66, but hopefully I'll be able to put even more money towards that at the end of the month. So this fund section here is totaling $1,069.66, which gives me a remaining of $591.92. So let me just kind of readjust here. Okay. The last two sections I have are shorter. So first is investing. This is post-tax investing. So I have a 401k that I put money into for retirement, but I have a taxable brokerage account with Betterment and I've really enjoyed it. So I'm going to budget $40 to put in there. We're actually going to play a savings challenge game. I'm going to play Saveopoly once a month to figure out how much money to actually put into the investment account. I think it'll be really fun and just kind of jazz things up for me. So stay tuned for a monthly savings challenge in March, which includes this. I filmed 2 savings challenges, one for January, one for February, but I haven't introduced this yet. That'll be in March. The reason why I haven't introduced the fun game is because my primary goal has been maxing out my Roth IRA for the 2022 calendar or tax year, excuse me. So as it stands today, I just need to add $431.92 to complete that. Now, it is very likely that if I have extra like grocery money at the end of the month or extra spending money, I probably will put it towards my Roth IRA. So there's a good chance that this number, when we get to the actuals at the end of March, will be lower, which is perfectly fine. And then I can put any extra money into that future savings goal. So I should be able to complete this, but the numbers may fluctuate just based on how February closes out. So this investing section totals $471.92, which gives me a remaining of $120. And that $120 I am going to pull out in cash and use for some savings challenges. So I'm doing a kind of randomized 52-week challenge. And I'm also doing a couple of other things with my savings challenges. So I'm introducing another one in March as well. So again, come back for the savings challenge video. It's going to be super fun. But I'm going to budget for $120 towards those different challenges, and I'll explain all of that in the other video. So that is my last $120, which brings me down to zero, which is what I want in a zero-based budget. So I like to just write down what my priorities are for the month. So any extra money that comes my way, I can kind of keep these priorities front of mind. So number one is completing the Roth. I definitely think this will happen. Like there's no reason why it shouldn't happen, which is great. And then number two is starting that future savings. So I'm really excited to get that going. And I've got like a fun tracker we'll use to track the progress and, you know, just to start it. So that is my budget for March. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Let me know what you have going on in March, if there's anything special or different about the month, or if it's kind of a boring month and you're just using it to kind of reach your goals. Let me know what March has in store for you. But that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.